Good evening, and welcome back. You're tuning back in from my last stream just a little bit ago, finishing up game 12 of my 3-game series with the Brewers, and we're off to St. Louis to face the Cardinals for 3 games. Sox lost a tough one against Milwaukee. They lost that series, unfortunately. That's the second series in a row that I have lost after winning the first 2 series. I've lost the last 2. So Sox need to get it back on track and get things back into gear, or else they're going to find themselves further and further down in the AL East. So we're going to get to the game grid there. There we go. Now you can actually see what I'm doing. But yeah, we won those first 2 series against Cincinnati and Houston, and then lost San Diego and Milwaukee. So Cardinals are 5-7, Sox are 7-5. We got a Friday night game in St. Louis. We got Connolly Early going up against Dustin May. Early is 2-0 with a .82 ERA. He's been impressive so far to start the season. Dustin May on the other side of that, 0-2 with a 5.40 ERA. We're going to get it going. So if you like baseball, like the Red Sox, like the Cardinals, then you are in the right place. Sox wearing their alternates. Playing at Busch Stadium, opened up in 2006. Lovely park. It's a park that loves the game of baseball. 45,538 it holds. And yeah, partly cloudy skies on this Friday night in the spring. Everybody should be pretty well rested. Durban, the day off, we'll put falafel, and your falafel, falafels, falafels. I'm telling you, can make bank. Marcelo at second for another lefty bat. Right, let's do it. 12 strikeouts and 11 innings pitched for Early so far.
Welcome to St. Louis and Busch Stadium, home of the Cardinals since 2006. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the St. Louis Cardinals.
It's a cool one in Missouri. 38 degrees, partly cloudy skies, wind blowing in from left field across the diamond into right.
All right, We'll be back to get this one started after this. And on the hill in this one, Dustin May. What should we keep an eye on here?
Hair's
With
got
the
some
height,
bounce.
The release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Ready to go? Roman Anthony digs in now.
Sweeper, sinker, four-seamer, cutter, and a circle change.
And this interleague matchup is underway.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. For him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
The 1-1. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. Time now
Damn
to
it.
check out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Trevor Story comes up to the plate.
Really strong hitting performance recently, working on an 8-game hitting streak.
Ripped, and he can't
Make it
glove
9.
By him.
Everything came together for him. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And here is Marcelo Meyer. That pitch gets the inside corner. That's strike one. In the dirt, but kept close.
Ball, that's down.
And that's through there for a strike. 2-2. Now one
That's
miss.
ball 3.
So here we go. Base runner at first. Could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Story on the move. Swung on, belted. That one carrying.
Oh!
See you later. He leaves the yard to right. And the Red Sox jump in front. It's 2-0.
Maybe he's starting to break out of this mini slump. That's the type of swing that makes you think good things are coming his way. For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
I wasn't sure if that was going to go or not. That was a good. Finally.
Ball, that's off the
Catcher
plate.
challenge.
Oh, that was a ball, buddy. That's a ball. That's a ball. That's a ball.
And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. That
Yeah.
knocks them down to one challenge left.
Wasted. Top of the first.
That's a ball. That's a ball.
Here's a 3-0. There's the strike. And he
Ball
walked him.
4, take the base.
Challenge from behind
Oh.
this year.
That was a ball.
Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. pitch. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. Now batting Tristan Casas. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. He makes the grab. 2 down. So stepping in for Boston, Wilyer Abreu.
He's done a great job making contact recently. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
Yeah. Abreu, 26 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. Contreras, the runner at first with 2 gone.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone.
Ooh, yeah.
A 2-run shot. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add on. It's 4-0.
Second of the year for Mr. Abreu.
He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the...
Just gotta love the reactions.
Here is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros.
2 down, nobody on. Up the middle. Jump throw. Nicely done for the out. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 4-0 ball game. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the show, New England.
Just realized I haven't pitched yet.
Back here at Busch Stadium. And getting the start for the Red Sox, Connolly early. What do we need to know here?
Very dominant his last time out, picked up the win, only allowed 1 run. These guys would love to see him back on his game in this one.
Stepping in, Alec Burleson.
Camera views really far out.
And a foul ball. Bounce to the left side. Story. Over to first. 1 gone, bottom half of the first. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. Singy, we're looking at a young lineup here. Not much experience, but they're going to bring a lot of energy to the field.
Yeah, and that's just it, Boog. We expect this lineup to play hard no matter what. They are an exciting group to watch.
Ivan Herrera stands in here, takes ball 1 low. And a weak ground ball to the left side. And that's just foul. Herrera went deep in his most recent game.
Ball, that's low.
In the air, right field. Takes it in for the out. Mason Wynn now at the plate. Foul ball. Wynn matched a homer in his last game. Red Sox already leading. That one the other way, and
Nope,
it
that's
goes
foul.
just foul. That one at 95 missed up top. Ball 1. To the right side, and that one finds its way through, and that extends the inning.
Batting fourth, designated hitter,
Here's Nolan Gorman. Go on. Launched a homer in his most recent game.
A bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Ball one.
Wynn leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Nice.
So 1 left for the Cardinals. They're down 4-0. On now to the top half of inning number 2. And now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Connor Wong.
Hey!
I like this side out. Cars, cola.
That's in there. Swing and a ground ball. Oh, can't pick it
Ooh,
up cleanly.
biffed it.
Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
That's an error, buddy.
Looked to me like he kind of let the ball play him instead of playing the ball, and it just ate him up. Hands get stiff, and even the best infielders make these kinds of mistakes. You just have to learn from it and move on.
Now batting Jarren Duran. Check swing, and he went. That is strike 2.
Ball.
Big Red picks up the K. So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Now the left fielder, Roman
Swung and
Anthony.
everything.
He struck out swinging at his first at bat. And that
Ball one.
misses. And that's ball 1. High fly ball, right field. Church in position. 2 down. Here's Trevor Story. That one close, ruled a ball. And
You're going to lose that one.
Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just
Oh, come on.
shaped the zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge.
I look down.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons, he let it go by. He's still in the at-bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
Line
Nice
drive,
rip.
base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Up next for the Red Sox, second baseman
Marcelo Meyer up next for the Red Sox. He's 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer his first time up. Fought off foul. Two on, 2 outs. Swings through that one for strike 2. Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Hunter Dobbins preparing to come on if needed. Fitz getting cranked up as well. Here's the 0-2. And Big Red gets his second strikeout of the game.
You stop calling him Big Red.
Back here in St. Louis, bottom of the inning.
That's annoying.
Urias getting ready to hit. In there at the knees. 0-1.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
In the air to left center. Durant on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Thomas Sajazi next up for the Cardinals. Liner caught it second.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Church turning some heads with this recent stretch of impressive play. That one's in there. And the count is 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. 2 down, nobody on.
Oh.
He's down looking.
Right down the pipe for him.
Down in order go the Cardinals. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers. That one ripped, but foul.
Let's go, Dustin.
And the 0-1. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Red Sox, the designated hitter.
Tough game for him.
David Contreras is starting to heat up for me.
They've just been knocking him around through the first 2+. He's got to get things back on track. Maybe junk a pitch that isn't working, or he might not last much longer.
Now here is Tristan Casas. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-1. Contreras on at first, nobody out. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Got him. Dave Lawrence rings him up. 1 out man at first. Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu.
Coming off an absolute bomb in his last at bat. When you're struggling out there on the mound, hitters know that there'll be plenty of opportunities within the at bat to try to get something to hit hard.
And he swings through that one. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, interesting.
Damn it.
He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Everything is so down because I'm falling for it. It keeps throwing there. It looks appetizing.
Out. May fires.
That's ball 2.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Good eye
Nope,
right
that's
there.
down.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
3-2. Payoff pitch on the inside corner for
Oh,
call.
now he throws it into the zone.
They lead 4-0.
Every single pitch was out of the zone.
Bottom of the third, and stepping in for the Cardinals,
Damn it.
Walker. Pitch
Off the
misses
plate, ball
inside.
1.
Ball 1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Check swing went around. That's strike 2.
Burgers.
Inside ball.
And a foul ball. He stays alive. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And there's one down. Victor Scott. Up for the Cardinals. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass.
That's a ball.
And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball.
Damn it.
One challenge remaining for them now.
Hey. That's ball 2.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3.
Well, I'd say he pretty much had to offer at that one. You don't want to leave it in the umpire's hands. Even though it ended up outside the zone, it still was close enough to where it looked like it could drop down right on that corner and get the call. Last thing you want to do is get punched out by the umpire knowing you could have at least fouled the pitch off and kept the at-bat going.
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Alec Burleson, the next to hit. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Swing and a foul out of play. 2 down, nobody on. That pitch in for a strike. 0-2.
Ball, that's outside.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. One, 2 now. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. One and 2 here. Popped up.
Gonna get on base.
And it drops in. So he gets on base and keeps it going. And now it's Ivan Herrera. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. Brings it in. That is the inning. So one hit is all they get. On to inning number 4. The Red Sox 4 and the Cardinals nothing. This is Red Sox baseball on the show, New England. Start of the 4th. So stepping in for Boston, Connor Wong. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Wong, 29 years old, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2017. Fouled off left side.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Ball 2.
Just
outside.
missed. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play.
0-4.
On on the ground, and he can't come up with it. Still finds a way to get off a throw, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay. Jaron Duran at the plate. You look at his ability to hit the ball with power and that high leg kick. That leg kick was actually something generated from his time as teammates with Justin Turner back in 2023. Remember, Turner throughout his career has had that big high leg kick. Makes the sliding stop. Takes it himself.
Oh, no way.
Nice
Review.
You saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great.
Come on.
Reaction time was there, and the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
Oh. By
To the top
step.
of the lineup,
Literally.
here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Roman Anthony. This one in the air.
Damn it.
Under this one. And that is that. 1, 2, 3 go the Red. Back here in St. Louis, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Mason Wynn. Trying to bunt his way out.
More bunt cheese.
And that's a bunt single. That was placed perfectly.
Wow.
Nolan Gorman next up for the Cardinals.
Is that the computer's thing now? Is bunting?
That's a strike. Wynn gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Fastball for a strike at 95.
And it's worked practically every time the computer is bunted.
This one in the air, center field. Durant on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Here's the third baseman, Ramon Urias. That's outside.
that's just out.
And that is ball one. Slice to right
Foul ball.
and foul ball. Strike two. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy two. Over to Story for
Nice.
one. What a double play that was. Inning over.
Nice.
No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. We played 4. The Red Sox 4 and the Cardinals.
What is
none.
that?
You're watching Red Sox
1-6-3.
baseball on the show,
1-6-3.
New England.
Nice.
Now pitching.
We're
for the
back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the fifth. Number 67.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep
Who's
the
this?
score right where it is.
Matt push
Seems like
hard.
a tough task today
Push
with the way
hard.
this lineup is swinging it.
More receiver. Slider and do receiver. For a guy.
That one
Oh.
hammered, but pulled foul.
You know, these Red Sox really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in, so I'd say mission accomplished.
Here's a high chopper. Urias tosses to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth. Marcelo Meyer up next for the Red Sox. He's already homered here in this one. Swings through that.
Got 6 hits,
0-1.
and 4 of those hits are home runs. Oh, that's not, but it's a double at least.
And that's got extra bases written all over it. Safely into second. He's got a double.
2 hits for him in this one,
Up
both
next
for
for the
extra
Red
bases.
Sox,
Got to
first
feel good
baseman,
about that.
Wilson
Put a pretty good
Contreras.
jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
1 out, runner at second. Here comes Wilson Contreras.
Ball, that pitch is out. Ah!
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
That's out.
One out and a runner at second, and we're at the top of the fifth. Outside
That's ball
low.
3.
Full count now. In the air, right field. Church on the move. And makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and he's up to third safely with 2 gone. Next to hit,
Up
Tristan
next for the Red
Casas.
Sox, the designated hitter, Tristan Casas.
And a
Nice.
base hit knocks in a run.
Comes through with the RBI. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
So 2 down. Now a chance for Wilyer Abreu. Hard hit right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But the RBI single pushes across a run. Home half of the fifth coming up. This is Red Sox baseball on the show. Back here at Busch Stadium, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Thomas Sajazi. The other way, and there's 1 down. Now here is Nathan Church. His first at bat was a strikeout.
Oh, and an 0-0 count. Not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
And that's a strike.
He doesn't seem to like to pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
Struck him out looking. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Nasty.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the left fielder, Jordan Walker. Popped out and fouled ground first time through. That's smacked on a line to center. Reaching for it and brings it in. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one. At the plate,
Leading
Isaiah
off for
Kiner
Boston,
Falefa.
Third baseman, Isaiah Kiner Falefa.
Ball, that's in.
Out to short, Win. Throws to first. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th. And here
Up
is
next for the
Connor
Red Sox,
Wong.
Catcher, Connor Wong.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Church under it. 2 away. Here comes the manager out of the Cardinals dugout, and he'll make a move to the
Ching,
bag.
ching.
Number 67
Jaron
won't go any
Duran.
further. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching. for
And
the
we've got ourselves a
Cardinals.
pitching change.
Number
Gordon Graceffo.
44.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way.
Slings to first. That's out number 3.
1 pitch.
Digging in, Victor Scott. Went down on strikes his first time through. And it's fouled away.
You know, these Cards, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone
That's
all
a ball.
game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Punch attempt, but that goes foul.
Oh my God. Wasn't a perfect bunt attempt.
Here's a 1-2. High fly ball down the left field line. Way back there. That
Foul.
one is foul, and he'll see another. Struck him out swinging. Had him out front for strike 3.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but
Ball
clearly the
upstairs.
break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Burleson, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Didn't miss by too much, but
Yes.
it'll stay a ball.
Go for
No
it.
challenges left for them now.
Fell for it.
The 1-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Struck him out without a swing. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Story sends it over to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the show, New England. Back here in St. Louis, so stepping in for Boston, Roman Anthony. Up the middle.
Oh.
Guys,
Oh,
he
nice.
can't hang on. Great effort, but no throw. That's an infield single.
He was
Up
all
next for the Red
over that
Sox,
one. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
Ball, that's out.
Story in now. Take ball 1 off the plate. Graceffo, the tall righty, he features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, a sinker, and he works in a changeup. The 1-1. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
That's outside.
Anthony aboard here at first with nobody out. Next pitch misses way outside. Runner on the go. On the ground to first. Hot shot, and he can't knock it down.
Nice.
Up next for the Red Sox, second baseman.
So runners at the
Marcelo Meyer.
corners, nobody out. Marcelo Meyer up next for the Red Sox. Story on the move. Into the outfield, base hit. 1 run is in. It's in and out of his glove. Headed for the plate. He'll score. 2 runs are in. It's 7-0.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Here's Contreras now. Hot shot to third. Slings it across. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Casas,
Ball.
the next to hit, takes low for a ball.
Nope,
He's
that's a ball.
just missing with some pitches that I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think. Oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two.
A laser to left base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox. He's already homered in this game. This one in the air, center field. Scott settles underneath it, and he makes the catch. Runner tags for third. He's in to score on the sac fly. It's 8-0.
That play really shows how important it is to hit the cutoff man. Looked like he tried to throw through and get the runner at home, but
that's it for him.
New pitcher for the Cardinals, Hunter Dobbins. This is his third time out this year. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa up to the plate. 0 for 3 with 2
He used to be on the
groundouts and a
Sox.
strikeout. That one fouled off. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
That's ball 2.
The Red Sox up big in this one here in the top half of inning number 7. Two now. Swing and a miss.
Knew that was a mistake as soon as they hit the button.
3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 7th inning stretch time. Red Sox
Keeping
8,
Connolly in.
nothing.
See how far it can take us. Save him in my bullpen at least.
Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
Singy, were you superstitious as a player?
I'd say a little bit, and I wouldn't want to admit it, but I think, you know, you have a good game the next day. You're maybe thinking a little bit when you're putting your spikes on. Which one did I put on first? What did I eat? You know, let me just bring that back into today.
So you weren't superstitious, you were a little stitious.
Yes, I was medium stitious.
And it's through for a hit. And a good start to the inning. Now it's the DH.
He's starting to get tired. He's starting to get tired. You wearing a jacket on first base? Oh, it looks like he was wearing a jacket.
It's his lead at first with nobody out. Swing and a high fly ball to left. He's got it. Ramon Urias will hit next. Out to short. Story. Not in time.
Safe.
He's safe.
Safe.
First and second, 1 out. Thomas Sajazi next up for the Cardinals. Fly ball down the line, and that will drop foul.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
On the corner for a strike.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
Glove flip for 1.
Oh, that was beauty.
What a twin killing to end the inning.
That was a beaut.
Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout innings. Red Sox 8 and the Cardinals nothing.
Oof.
Back here in St. Louis, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Ryan Stanek, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Fitz getting loose as well.
Ball one.
Out towards right center field. Scott under it. And a quick out, number one. Here's the center fielder, Jaron Duran. 0 for 3 in this one. Swings and misses. It's 0-1. Foul ball there. The 0-2. Way inside.
That's ball three.
Let's go, Hunter.
Payoff pitch. Flares it into the outfield. Dives and makes the catch. What a play.
Hitter's got a broken heart on that one. It had base hit written all over it. Maybe extra bases. Great diving catch for the upset.
So back to the top of the order. And next for the Red Sox, Roman Anthony. That one pushed foul.
Oh, that's going to go. That's going to go. Oh, yeah.
Home run off the foul pole. A solo shot. And they boost their lead. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
Here's Trevor Story now.
Ball one.
2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. This one in the air, center field. Scott should have this one, and that is that. The Red Sox pick up a run on the homer.
Now pitching for
Back
Boston.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Patrick Sandoval.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man.
Hey!
One of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Ground ball right side, and that one finds its way through. And the leadoff man aboard. Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Flips to second. That's
Nice.
a sensational double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Base is empty after the double play. Victor Scott digs in now. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. And now 1 and 2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. The Cardinals with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Got him swinging. Nothing doing. We go to the 9th. So stepping in for Boston, Marcelo Meyer. high fly ball out to center field. Scott on his way over, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. One pitch and one out. And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. This ball's chopped on the ground. Tosses across to first. Awesome play there. So now the DH spot, Tristan Casas.
Tristan Casas.
Ball one.
The Bo Sox up big in this one here at the top of the ninth.
Ball two. Hey.
A little out front there as he swings through it. Lifted in the air
Bring it
down
down.
the left side, and that'll fall for a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Now it's going to be Wilyer Abreu.
Hey.
And that's
Ball, that's
outside.
outside.
And 1-1. On the ground right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Welcome back as we
Leading
take a
off
look
for
at
the
their upcoming
Cardinals,
schedule.
First baseman, Alec Burleson.
Ball.
On the ground, right side. Contreras steps on the bag. One out, bottom of the ninth. So digging in, Ivan Herrera. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. They hand the ball over to a new arm, number 56. He's into the game with the bases empty. There's the strike. That one fouled hard the other way. And the 0-2.
No.
He missed badly
Inside.
with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
Up the middle, and that one finds its way through. And a man aboard. Now it's the shortstop, Mason Wynn. And there's a strike.
Sure, I'll take it.
Ball, that's out.
Like in the same spot almost.
In the air out towards right center. Makes the grab. So they're down to their final out. Nolan Gorman next up for the Cardinals.
Hey.
They're down to their final strike. Herrera off of first with 2 away. Got it.
Nice.
And that'll do it.
Checkmate.
Well, we saw complete domination in this one. The offense exploded for a blowout, and then the pitching staff.
My bats woke up.
Locked down the opponent. This team did everything right today.
9-0 your final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John
Finally
Sherry.
early.
Talk to you soon.
Impressive once again and improves to 3-0. Sox shut out the Cardinals 9-0. Game 13's in the books. Everybody had some fun, it looks like. But for my Sox, my last three, Tristan Casas. Oh no, my last three batters did not get any hits. They didn't have any fun. Only struck out 7 times. But top of my lineup had fun. Sox get 9 runs on 13 hits. We got home runs from Roman Anthony, Willie Abreu, Marcel Meyer. He hits his 4th. Meyer gets 4 RBIs. Abreu gets 3 RBIs. Connolly early, like I said, impressive start. Went 7 full innings, allowing only 4 hits, struck out 6. Dropped that ERA from 0.8 to a 0.5. And then my bullpen was able to come in and shut things down. For the Cards, they get no runs, but they get 6 hits. No extra base hits whatsoever. Dustin May gets the loss. He drops to 0-3, went 4 innings, allowing 4 runs and 5 hits, struck out 6. And then I was able to hit up their bullpen. It was kind of weak. Their bullpen has high numbers early in the season. That's that. Next game coming up, we're going to play that in a moment. We got Brian Bayo, who's also pretty solid so far, going up against Michael McGreevy. Bayo's got that .77 ERA. McGreevy 2.19, 0-1. Bayo's 1-0. 6:15 Saturday afternoon start. What's the manager got to tell me? Who's on the injured list? Fine. In the standing, Sox still a game behind. Yankees winners of 5 in a row now. On fire. Sox back in the wild card. Yanks 5 in a row. Padres 4 in a row. Diamondbacks 4 in a row. Cardinals dropped to 5-8 on that game. Let's set things up here. Partly cloudy skies on this Saturday evening. All right, I think I'm good with that. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll play a game number 14, so stick around. Well, that was very quick. All right. Welcome back. We got game 14 and game number 2 of this 3-game series against the Cardinals. It's a Saturday night game. At Busch. I put on my comfortable robes.
Live from Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri, interleague
I
baseball.
like to be
on
ensconced
MLB
in
The
velvet.
Show. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the St. Louis Cardinals.
A little bit warmer tonight, 53 degrees with partly cloudy skies with a slight breeze coming in from right field.
With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see if he can maintain his dominance in this one.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And for the Cardinals here this afternoon, Michael McGreevy. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
That's the ball.
And with a homer in his last game. Lifted in the air now the left side. Win in position. And there's one down. Time now to check out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Coming off a huge showing in their last game, Marcelo Meyer.
Well, he's coming off a nice 4 RBI performance last time out, so they'll certainly take something like that again. It's very interesting. When a guy gets comfortable with runners on base, that's when he can do a lot of damage. He's having some really good at-bats, especially when it matters right now.
Number 10's going for hit number 10 in a row.
Trevor Story, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
The wind to kick the 2-0. And another ball. Let's go now, 3-0 down. Fastball for a strike. Draws the walk there.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Second baseman, Marcelo Meyer.
1 gone, runner at first. Marcelo Meyer up next for the Red Sox. One of the stars in the win yesterday as he had 3 hits. The 0-1. Story on the move. There's a ball. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Man at second. Started after it. Appeal to third. Didn't go. Just getting started here in St. Louis. Swing and popped it up. Win under this one. And he makes the catch. 2 away.
Batting fourth, first baseman.
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. Foul ball there. Man on second, 2 down.
That's a ball.
On the corner for a strike. Pitch kicks away. And the runner holds. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the second game of the series. Pickoff throw. Story back in at a dive. Two. And that's outside. Tristan Casas in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
2 walks in the first has to be some cause for concern. I mean, you're talking about a guy you want to pitch deep into the ball game. It's not going to help with the pitch count right there. They can't afford to hand out free bases at this rate.
McGreevy checks the runner. Story back in at a dive. At the plate, Tristan Casas.
Ball.
Now there's a bullet
Oh, yeah.
down the line. Can't reach it. This should score at least one. One run across. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds it third.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
And with 2 down, the Red Sox. The early lead. Wilyer Abreu will hit next.
This might be the most pressure you put on this guy today. You got 1 run in. You got to try to get another one or maybe 2. He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
That one fouled off. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. And now
Yeah.
one in the air center field. Scott under it. And that'll do it. Red Sox with an RBI double. It's now a 1-0 ball game. This is Red Sox baseball on the show, New England. Back here in St. Louis and towing the slab for the Boston Red Sox in this one, Brian Bayo. What do you look for here? Digging in, Ivan Herrera.
No, that's a ball.
In his 4th year, 26 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Hard hit, right side. Contreras steps on the bag. 1 gone, bottom half of the first. Now the number 2 hitter, Alec Burleson.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
Here's the 0-2.
Nope, that's inside.
Stays alive. Red Sox already leading. Out towards right center field.
Shit.
That gets down for a hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
The 0-2.
Oh,
Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Flips it. There's one. What
Nice.
a double play that was. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. It's on to inning number 2 in St. Louis. Boston's out in front, 1-0. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the show, New England. Top of the second.
Leading off
So
for the
stepping
Red
in for
Sox,
Boston,
third
Caleb
baseman,
Durbin.
Caleb Durbin.
Strike one.
That one finds the corner, and the count is 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Ball. Ball.
Really good
Inside.
take, especially with 2 strikes.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Ground ball to the right side. Burleson takes it himself. Leadoff man retired here in the second. And here's the catcher, Carlos Narvaez. Foul ball. And that's downstairs. And now it's even 1-1. Matthew Ross behind the plate. Pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, pitchers that work side to side effectively love being on the mound with Ross calling balls and strikes, Boog. If you can command your stuff on the outer edges of the strike zone, he will reward you.
With a cookie.
The 1-2. Right through there. Got him. Now 2 out.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
And that one is lifted in the air. And that'll do it. Nothing doing. Bottom of the inning. Now up the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Pedro Pajes. Right through there for a strike. And that's in for a strike. 0-2. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Narvaez down to first with it. Got him. One away on the strikeout. Made quick work of him right there, Siggy. I know that's the kind of at bat maybe leaves a lot of fans wondering, what was he doing up there, right?
Yeah. And I get that. I mean, you take 2 straight strikes, then chase one way out of the zone. It's just not a good at bat. It'll leave you shaking your head as a hitter, if not worse. But there's always going to be those trips to the plate where you're just lost up there, and that was one of them for sure.
1-1 now. Gets the outside corner with that one. And there's a ball. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Up the middle, that's a hit. And that keeps the inning alive. Looking to extend the play now. Now the tag at second.
Nice, you greedy bastard.
Trying for 2. And that is the inning.
Batter tried to stretch that one into a double, but he wasn't about to let that happen. Nice job to get to the ball and fire that one into second just in time to get the out and end the inning.
Here at Busch Stadium. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Roman Anthony. Outside low, and that's ball one. Fouled off. He was late.
That's a ball.
Fastball is outside. Next pitch in for a strike and a full count now.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Now that's smacked to right center. And a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Red Sox, shortstop.
Here's Story now. He walked and came around to score his first time up.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
And a foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Oh. No, that's a ball.
Swinging a ball lifted left field. One down. And next for the Red Sox, Marcelo Meyer. 0 for 1 with a flyout. And that one sliced foul. Man at first, one away. That one missed.
Let's go Cardinals! Go Cardinals, go!
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Damn it.
Here's the Boston
Up
cleanup
next for
hitter,
the Red
Wilson
Sox, first
Contreras.
baseman, Wilson Contreras.
And first offering is fouled off.
Here we go, Michael. Let's go.
Fastball for a strike.
The heater is clearly giving him trouble early on in this one. I want to see him ready to swing against that pitch just a little more often.
Oh.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
That's the ball.
Anthony off of first with 2 away. Pitch misses there. 3-2 now.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
And they'll do it again. What a stop. Fires to first. And very nicely done for the out. One left for the Red Sox. They lead it 1-0.
A piece of it.
Back here in St. Louis, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Mason Wynn. This one in the air center field. And a quick out, number 1.
Batting 8th, left fielder,
Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals. No hits in the shutout last night.
Ball 1. Ball 2. Huh.
Out to short. Story sends it over to first. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd. So up next, Nathan Church.
Huh. Ball.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. 2 down, nobody on. That's towards center. Durant under it. And that is that. 3 up, 3 down. As we go to the top of the 4th. Here now the Red Sox DH. Tristan Casas. Close one. Doesn't get the call. And it's 1-0.
You know, these Red Sox doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come there.
This
Oh,
one's
that's trouble.
way back
That's
there.
trouble.
Going, gone. 3rd home run of the season, and they tack one on the board. It's 2-0.
T-Rubble.
Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to bend foul. Was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
Next to hit, Wilyer Abreu,
that's the ball.
and that misses. Ball 1.
Ball.
But you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
In the air, left side. 1 away.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Durbin in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Durbin measures 5 feet 6 inches, 185 pounds, and they traded for him earlier this year. 1 out, bases empty, and a run in. Top half of inning number 4. Base hit, center
Nice.
field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Now a chance for Carlos Narvaez. Some early action out there in the bullpen. Gordon Graceffo appears to be getting loose. Number 67 getting cranked up as well. And that one fouled off. Durbin, the base runner at first with 1 out.
That's the ball.
But
Oh, nice.
Get there after the bad jump. Runner holds up at second. 2 aboard now.
Up next for the Red Sox,
Jaron Duran steps to the dish in a big spot.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
In the air, right field, Church. Moving under this one. He's got it. Runner tags at second. Puts the tag on.
Oh.
That ends the inning.
Wow.
Back here in St. Louis, he continues to keep the hitters guessing in this one. He rinse and repeat. An impressive string of outings he's put together.
Yeah, no doubt, Boog. He's been in command early, and no wonder why this organization raves about him. You know, these Cardinals, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Pitch misses. Ball 3.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Cuts
Go
and
on, girly
misses.
girl.
It's a strikeout. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Alec Burleson next up for the Cardinals. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there in the mound.
Oh, he doesn't get the call, and it's 1-1. The BOS Sox up by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
You know, that's a swing you'll see a lot against a good sinker, just right over the top. Tough to barrel that up.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
He'll do it himself. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th. Nolan Gorman. He's 0 for 1.
Hey!
Two down, nobody on.
Nope, that's low.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
He goes down
Ooh.
looking. And down in order go the Cardinals. They trail it here 2-0.
Now pitching.
We're
for the
back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the
Number
5th.
44.
Gordon Graceffo.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Roman Anthony digs in now.
You know, these Red Sox doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
1 up, 1 down.
And I think those numbers we were talking about do a really good job of showing us how the offense is taking what they can get at the plate.
Here's Trevor Story.
Nope, that's away.
Story with some impressive production lately.
Up.
You don't stick at the major league level unless you can string together consistently solid performances. Right now, he's showing us why he's lasted in the big leagues.
That one lifted to left. Walker settles under it. Out number 2. Now it's the second baseman, Marcelo Meyer. And first offering is fouled off. So here in the 3 spot, Chris, a hitter low average but high slug.
Well, one thing he's going to lean on are the metrics. His exit velocity has been really good. He's just had some bad luck hitting the ball right at people.
And that is that. Back here at Busch Stadium. And now the Cardinals catcher, Pedro Pajes.
You know, these Cards just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for him to get anything going.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have guys in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive And all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout. He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Oh.
To the right side, and it goes just foul. The 2-1. Right through there for a strike. Red Sox by 2. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
And up next for St. Louis, Victor Scott. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass.
That's a ball.
Just missed with a good breaking ball in. Looking for that hitter to chase and perhaps get some weak contact or a swing and miss. Good job on both sides.
Fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Wynn stands in but 2 away as he takes a ball. Chop to third. Durbin. Now the tag at third, and they go. Third out.
Nice.
Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. This is Red Sox baseball on the show, New England. Back here in St. Louis, close game here and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one. So here's the cleanup
Leading
hitter,
off for
Wilson
Boston,
Contreras.
first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
That one finds the zone. 0-2 now. One away.
Up next for the
Stepping
Red
in,
Sox,
Tristan
the designated
Casas.
hitter,
He went deep back in the 4th. A pretty important swing of the bat in this ball game.
Yeah, Boogie, he didn't waste any time. He jumped all over that pitch and saw it the entire way. You talk about squaring it up. He didn't miss a stitch on the baseball.
Casas wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball.
Yeah.
Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Here's a 1-1.
Ball.
Bounce to the right. Urias gets it to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th. There comes. New arm out of the bullpen, number 67.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Abreu at the plate now, and that's strike 1. Two down, nobody on, and it's fouled away. Red Sox leading it by 2, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Got him. That's the 3rd out. Red Sox back here in St. Louis, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Jordan Walker. Up the middle, Meyer fires over to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. Now at the plate, Nathan Church. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. And a foul ball.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Nope, that's off the plate.
The Red Sox leading by 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Swings through that one for strike 2. On the ground to third. Slings to first in time.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Pereira
No,
at
that's
the
a ball.
plate now. That's ball 1.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers.
Strike 1.
Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Swings through that one out in front that time. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. That's to third, and that's a foul ball. 1-2 now. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. So another
Nice.
good inning for him on the mound.
Another strong show for
Of inning number
Bayo.
7,
That's probably going to be it
stepping
for
in
him.
Boston, Caleb Durbin.
God, the vendors
Ball
screaming
1,
at the
no
people.
strikes.
I got friggin' ice cream.
Swinging a foul straight back.
I hear you over there.
Ball, slow.
Being all sad. It's supposed to snow tomorrow, puppy. Yes,
In the
we're
air
getting
out to
snow
center,
tomorrow. That's gonna drop.
And it falls. And a good start to the inning.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
Narvaez in the box for the 3rd time today as he takes that one off the plate. On the ground.
Oh, nice.
Can't pick it up cleanly.
Oh, they're both going to be safe.
Gets off a throw. 2 and the runner is safe, and the misplay costs him.
Man, I was expecting 5.
They're both safe, puppy. Both
Off
safe.
the bat, but I think he just tried to be a little too quick there, especially when you think it's a pretty routine ball to handle. It's really easy to think ahead to the transfer and the throw before you actually bring it into your glove.
Jarren Duran up next for the Red Sox.
Oh, that was
But it's a foul ball.
right on a platter.
Hit in the air.
Damn
left
it.
field. Walker drifts towards it, and there's one down. Back to the top of the order now. Roman
I see your tail wagging.
next for the Red Sox. 1 for 3.
We're just doing it for attention.
Goff moved to second, and he's back safely. Foul. The Blue Sox trying to break this one open.
Oh
Here
my
in the
God.
top half of inning number 7.
Puppy,
Way to lay off that
what
mound.
are you, what are you
Something in the
talking
infield.
about over here?
First base, get 2, get out of this.
And fouled off. Hardliner brings it in. Runner tags at second.
Now, we'll see if moving up to third there pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and go, but now he can score a lot of different ways. Doesn't have to be a base hit. We'll see what happens.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Trevor Story. Ground ball right.
Nice.
And it gets by him.
10 games.
In to score, and they take a 3-run lead. And that knock bumps his hitting streak into double digits, Chris. He's hitting 10 straight.
Yeah, and on a nice trajectory, average going up, OBP, everything he's doing at the plate right now just seems to be working.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Number 6. Ryan Stanek into the game.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep him within striking distance.
Next to hit, Marcelo Meyer. Swing and a miss. 0-1. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates,
they limit the damage here. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now 3-0. Back here at Busch Stadium, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Alec Burleson. Danny Coulomb gets the ball now. This is his 5th appearance of the year. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And there's one away.
Nice.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Nolan Gorman next up for the Cardinals.
Oh!
That looked like a strike to me.
Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball.
Oh,
Still one challenge
by a
for them.
pixel.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
The 1-2. Fouls it back
Abra.
for 2 strikes. And a ball and 2 strikes. Inside. Just missed. And that's ball. One down.
Oh, you
Here's the
farted.
pitcher, Pedro
Oh my
Paz.
god. Stunk, man.
Now, these guys definitely
You.
big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know at the very
She's
least,
just
if you
looking
can
at me.
find a way
She's
to
sitting
manufacture
upside
that run
down.
first, it feels like it's really important
yeah, I
to get
farted.
back into this ballgame.
Smell it. You farted.
0-2 now.
Nice.
And swinging.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
At the plate, Ramon Urias. Urias in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. 0-1 now. Yeah, that's fouled off. Gorman. The runner at first with 2 gone. Misses inside, and the count is 1-2. That one the other way, and that's a base hit.
Ruh.
Throw in holds the lead runner at second.
Miss Stinky Pants.
2 away.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ball game.
And here is Victor Scott. First pitch just misses. Swing and a pop-up. Has room, and he makes the catch. So the Cards strand a couple. They trail in this one 3-0. Back here in St. Louis, ready to begin the 8th, Wilson Contreras now at the plate. That one ripped, but foul. And the 0-1. Comes up empty. That's
Why you keep farting?
in the St. Louis bullpen. Richard Fitz.
You're hitting me with stink
the
bombs.
right-hander up and throwing. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Tristan Casas getting ready to hit. He's already homered here in this one. This one in the air center field. Scott under it. 2 away down.
Leave it.
Up next for the Red Sox, right fielder Wilyer Abreu.
Next to hit, Wilyer Abreu. 0 for 3 in this one.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
And now it's even up. That's a little bit low. Swing and a miss, and now 2-2.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
That's the
The
ball.
next pitch misses. Full count now. And down on strikes. Third out, and that ends the frame. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Mason Wynn.
Now pitching for
Justin Slayton on the pitch out of the pen here. He's making his 4th appearance of the season. On the ground, right side. Contreras takes it to the bag. 1 pitch and 1 out.
the Cardinals.
Here's the left fielder, Jordan Walker.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
The 0-2. And he dodges that fastball.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
2-2 down. That one ripped. And that gets down into the gap. So a man aboard now with one away. Nathan Church next up for the Cardinals. That one catches the zone. 0-1.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
In for a strike. And the count 1-2. Up the middle, and he knocks it down.
Where are you? What?
Safe at first as they can't make the
What the fuck?
Walker is waved home. And they cut the lead to 2.
What just happened?
It's an RBI triple.
What just happened? You're- You're so away from the fucking ball. Oh my god. Then Contreras almost whiffs it. He was like afraid of the ball.
Down, runner at third. Ivan Herrera will hit next.
Must
0 for 3.
get rid of the fucking ball at any cost. And now we're in danger.
Turned on, but
God damn it,
foul
this
wide
game.
third. The tying run at the plate. On the ground to the left. And it's just foul. That was close. Got him swinging for the K.
Needed that.
Huge strikeout there. And here is Alec Burleson. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases.
They hope he's the guy to spark a comeback. He tends to play better when his team is behind, so why not him?
And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. There's a strike.
Getting a little frustrated
Ooh.
with the strike zone.
And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-2.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their
Oh,
closer
of course
for
he
the
does.
ninth.
Now
At
we'll
least
get
a
that.
2-run lead.
Oof.
That is the inning.
He like hesitated again.
Through 8 full. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Richard Fitz.
Well, I got to think he probably has a little extra
Red
in the
Sox,
tank
too.
facing his former team, and there's not a player in the league that doesn't get a little extra motivation when he plays against his old squad.
Durbin, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1.
That's the ball.
Way out front for strike 2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Swings.
Nice. Gets another hit.
To left center. Can't get there, too slow to get after it. Around first, heading for 2. And he's going to get to second with nobody out.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Stepping in, Carlos Narvaez. Narvaez in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Move to second. Durbin back in on a dive. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here at the top of the 9th. Up the middle. The throw to first. Now one gone in the 9th. Next to hit, Jarren Duran. 3 flyouts already. He's 0 for 3. Lined into right. And there's 2 away. Back to the top of the order, Roman Anthony up next for the Red Sox. Swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
That's a ball.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. Man at second. Now it bounces away. Can't squeeze it. Throw into third. Safe at third. Moves up on the pass ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a 3-2. It's a defender for the strikeout. And the Red Sox
But
back here in St. Louis, bottom 9. Nolan Gorman digs in now. So they turn to their closer, Aroldis Chapman.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes, and there's 1 down. Now here is Pedro Pajes.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Chapman, multi-time All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a sinker, a slider, and occasionally works in a splitter. Swings through it for the K. Cardinals now with just 1 out remaining.
Well, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in and he strikes out the first 2 hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated, and then this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe try to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
So the call stands. So they're now out of challenges. The Red Sox trying to close out a 2-run lead. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Back
Do it.
to right, Abreu on the move. And he'll put it away. Ball game. And the Red Sox claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
well, the Sox win the series.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from
Go
your
for the
family,
sweep
but when you
again.
can win, silence that opposing crowd. It makes things just a little bit better. Makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
There you have it. Game 14's in the books. Sox win it 3-1. Some strong pitching again. For the Sox, they get 3 runs and 8 hits, 7 strikeouts. Not too bad, same as last game. Got a home run from Tristan Casas, his 3rd. Brian Bayo gets the start. He gets the decision and the win, 2-0. He went 6 strong innings, allowing only 3 hits, struck out 7. And lowered that ERA to a nice .51. And Aroldis Chapman came in. Pitched a perfect 9th for his 6th save. For the Cards, they get 1 run on 6 hits and only 1 extra base hit. That was it. Michael McGreevy gets the loss. He's 0-2. He went 4 innings, allowing 2 runs on 5 hits. It was a low-scoring affair. pitchers duels all the way around, but Sox managed to win it. It makes it 2 in a row, and the series win, and then they'll go for the sweep in the finale. And then they head to Minnesota to play the Twins. Boom, boom, boom. It'll be a 1:15 Sunday afternoon. We got Ranger Suarez going up against Andre Palante. Sox now 9-5. Cardinals 5-9. Sox still that one game behind. Yankees winners of 6 in a row now. Blue Jays 2 in a row. Sox trying to keep pace best they can. Doing the best they can. And then the Cardinals, they fall to 5-9, 4 games behind the Cubbies in the National League Central. We're gonna save. Perfect. And then let's set up the next game. This will be the finale. We're gonna play it. I work from home tomorrow, so it's all good. Can whip this one out. He said. We got partly cloudy skies again in St. Louis, Missouri. Ranger Suarez, the lefty on the hill, going up against Andre Palante, the righty. Putting Yoshi in the game today. Bumped those averages up the last couple of games. Needed to. So, anyway, we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll finish up the series. So, hope you stick around. We're back. Thanks for joining me. It's pre-Friday. Might be already Friday wherever you are, but it's still Thursday here, but we're getting there. Just an hour to go until Friday. So let's get this going. We're going to play game number 15. Let's try to sweep those Cardinals. Let's get it going. Let's get it on. I did bump up some of those averages.
Downtown St. Louis. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the St. Louis Cardinals.
67 degrees, beautiful day. St. Louis, partly cloudy skies. Nice breeze blowing in from center.
We'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
And away we go. Away we go.
And on the hill, Andre Palante. Chris, he's looking for a bounce back this season.
Yeah, and I think this guy understands that if he doesn't make quicker adjustments and show improvement, that the patience that his manager has will not last as long as it did last year. So we'll see if he can get off to a great start. Perhaps the work that he did in the offseason will show good results early on. But he's got to get out of the gates going strong, or else he may find himself in the bullpen or back in the minor leagues.
Let's put out take a four-seamer, slider, sinker, and a curve.
Popped in the air, left field. And a quick out, number one. Check out the Red Sox lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
Just getting started here in St. Louis. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Just a hammer 12-6 curveball right there, Boog. That was exactly what he wanted to do with it. Not a ton of pitchers can throw a true 12-6 break, but he does, and you can't throw it any better than he did right there.
Meyer in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. High fly ball down the left field line. Way back there. And a foul ball. Palante, 27 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2019. Fights it off. He'll see another. Two down, nobody on. And he hits a ground ball right side. Throws to first in time. Red Sox go 1-2-3. Back here at Busch Stadium. And getting the start for the Red Sox, Ranger Suarez. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 1-2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than to have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
You ever watch the people walk up the stairs? It's like they take
Payoff pitch.
5 steps to go up one set of stairs,
And a base hit.
or 1 stair at a time.
Ends up with a hit
Takes like
after
5
seeing
steps
a
in
lot of
between.
pitches. That was a good at bat.
Batting second, catcher.
Nice line drive to pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
And now it's Ivan Herrera. Here goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Save.
Well, we all know this team is struggling right now, and sometimes you just got to do something different to generate some offense. A little more aggressive right there to put the pressure on the opponent. We'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for this team.
Okay, let's check out the lineup. Singy, we're looking at a young lineup here. Not much experience, but they're going to bring a lot of energy to the field.
Yeah, and that's just it, Boog. We expect this lineup to play hard no matter what. They are an exciting group to watch.
Man at second. To third. Oh, great stop. Throws from his knees.
Nice.
It's there, and that's a great play.
Didn't know if that was gonna work out or not.
His left fully extended there in front of the shortstop to make the grab. Up with it, then a strong, accurate throw across the diamond to complete this highlight play.
Here's Nolan Gorman. Hitless in the series so far. He's 0 for 7. Close, but called a ball. And the count is 1-1.
Challenged. It's early.
Ball 2.
In the air, left field. Can't get to it, and this should score the run. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle.
That's a ball.
Allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if
Outside,
you take
that's
that
a ball.
pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Man on second, 2 down. Fouls one off. 2-2. Now one
That's
miss.
ball 3.
Struck him out swinging. Inning over, and it could have been worse.
Could have been.
All set for the start of the inning. So stepping in for Boston, Wilson Contreras. Contreras working through some struggles lately. Out towards right center field. Church under this one. And there's one down. So stepping in for Boston, Wilyer Abreu. Foul ball there. That one finds the zone. 0-2. Darryl Parker assigned to umpiring duty behind home plate.
And Boog, with DP, it's sort of a coin flip on those borderline corner pitches. Doesn't really favor one side of the plate more than the other. Sometimes you'll get a little extra to the plate, and sometimes you won't. It does seem like he evens it out over the course of a game, though.
Breaking ball, and that got him.
Batting sixth, third baseman.
One gone, runner at first.
Bastards.
Caleb Durbin up next for the Red Sox. One of the stars in the win yesterday as he had 3 hits. Fastball for a strike. And there's a foul ball. The 0-2. Ring him up, says Daryl
Damn it.
Parker. That's a strikeout.
Oh, it's a pretty nasty curveball right there, and the hitter didn't look comfortable at all. Clearly fooled. Tried to check his swing and went around, but it had been called a third strike anyhow. That's how dirty it was. Nice pitch for the punch out.
Masataka Yoshida stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
Hey!
Let's go, Andre.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Abreu leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
And a payoff pitch. And ball
Outside,
4,
ball
2
4.
aboard.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
Now, Carlos Narvaez.
Ball 1.
First and second, 2 down. Here at the top of the second.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Jet swing went around. 2-2 now. Just
Ball
misses
3.
with that one.
That's a really good take.
High fly
come
ball
on,
lifted
damn it.
into the air right field. Brings it in, and that's the 3rd out. Back here in St. Louis, bottom half of inning number 2, Thomas Sajazi getting ready to hit.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually
Oh.
was.
And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. Still 2 challenges left for them. Next offered in there for a strike. That's strike 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. 1-2 here.
That's ball 2.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Nice Stan Musial jersey. Guy walking up the middle of the stairs. Stan the man.
Here's a 2-2. And that's outside. Got him
Nice.
swinging.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Right fielder, Nathan.
And up next for St. Louis, Nathan Church.
Ball, that's upstairs.
Ground
Nope,
ball
that's
left
foul.
side. And it goes just foul. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Good start for him to this ball game tonight. I always talk about it. Get a knock in your first at bat. It just makes your confidence at such a higher level for the.
Oh, gets dirty to second,
No, he's in
but
there.
he beats the throw.
Oh, come on.
Save. Digging in, Victor Scott. 2 for 6 so far in the series. Line, and that's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Here's the throw. Safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. And they lead by 2. So 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Alec Burleson next up for the Cardinals. Traffic on the bases with 1 already in here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Now 2 away as they get a run across. And up next for St. Louis, Ivan Herrera.
Ball one.
Top of the zone for a called strike. And that one is lifted in the air. That is the inning. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left.
Damn.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Yep, that ball went out. Hey.
The wide, the kick, and the 1-2. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out. At the plate, Roman Anthony fly to left his first time. There's a swing and a drive.
That ball's
And
foul.
that is foul.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
That one's
That's a ball.
upstairs, ball 1. Swing and a foul out of play. Nice grab. Onto the pitcher. Nicely done for the out. 2 down, bases empty. And next for the Red Sox, Trevor Story.
Yeah.
Next
Oh,
one
that's off the
misses.
plate.
1 ball, 1 strike. Next offering is fouled back.
Ball 2.
Swing and a miss. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Hey.
Out to short. Story handles, throws to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd. So now the DH spot, Nolan Gorman. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Looks like he's being a
in.
little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Hey.
Late that time, and it's strike 2. That one outside. Ball 3. Swing and a high fly ball left field. 2 away. Here's the third baseman, Ramon Urias. Sliced hard but foul. 2 down, nobody on. And a big swing and a miss. He goes down looking.
Oh, it's a ball.
Redbirds down quietly, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. New inning getting started. So stepping in for Boston, Marcelo Meyer. In the air, right field. And there's one away. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. Flied to right his first time. In there, and it's 0-1.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
That one is hammered right field.
Go, baby.
This one's got
Go, baby.
chance. Leap in.
Yeah.
It's gone. Wilson Contreras the opposite way. His second of the year, and they cut into the deficit. It's 3-1.
He hasn't been at his best at the plate these last few games, so this could end up being an important home run for him. Maybe it's a sign of more to come. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
One down. Rayu up next for the Red Sox. Hammered down the right side, but foul. The 0-1. He swings and fouls one off. The 0-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Oh, that's low.
One out, base is empty, and a run in. Top half of inning number 4. Stays alive.
That's ball 2.
Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Durbin, the batter now, as he holds up his swing for ball 1. Swing and a ground ball towards first, but foul. Two down, nobody on. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
Up next for the Red Sox.
Masataka Yoshida up next for the Red Sox. Walked his first time. Back to the
Nice.
mound. It's through for a hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Up next for the Red Sox.
And now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Carlos Narvaez. He's 0 for 1.
No, inside.
Hard hit left side. They limit the damage here. Boston with another on the solo blast. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Thomas Sajazi. Fought off foul.
You know, these Cards doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
0-2 now. Got him swinging for the K. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. So digging in, Nathan Church.
Right fielder, Nathan Church.
Outside with a breaking ball. Late with the swing there. swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Gets it to first. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th. Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals.
Ball, that's down.
2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And it's fouled away. That clips the corner. Fouls it off, still 1-2. This one in the air, center field. And it falls. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Now up for St. Louis, Victor Scott.
Hey.
The 0-2. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Throw sails.
Oh my
over
God,
his
really?
first. Walker around second, on his way to third. And he's going to
Wow.
make it up to second base, as that's a 2-base error. Back to the leadoff spot. St. Louis lineup. Alec Burleson now at the plate.
Well, you call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
2 aboard, 2 out. Pitch
Ball
misses
1.
there. Ball 1.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Line drive, and this might be trouble. 1 run is in. Another comes in to score, and they're up by 4. A 2-run double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
So runner at second, 2 down. Ivan Herrera, the next to hit.
Hey.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Fights it off. He'll see another. Man at second.
Ball.
Check
Ball.
swing didn't go. The count now 2-2. On the ground. And that one handled. Whips it to
He's
first.
out.
That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. We go to the top of the 5th. So stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran. And that finds the mark on the outside corner. And it's 0-1. Bullpen activity starting up now. Number 67, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Fitz warming up as well.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
1 up, 1 down. So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Roman Anthony will hit next. That one hammered, but pulled foul. The Red Sox down by 4, and we're at the top of the 5th. Out there to center. Scott has a beat on it. 2 down. Here's Trevor
Up
Story,
next for the Red
who's 0 for 2 with a pair of
shortstop,
strikeouts.
Trevor Story.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. And that'll do it. Nothing doing for Boston. Back here in St. Louis, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Mason Wynn. That one lifted to left. Yoshida under it. And there's 1 down. Nolan Gorman next up for the Cardinals. And first offering is fouled off. gets him to chase after that one. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Picks up strikeout number 7.
For the Cardinals,
2 outs, base is
third
empty.
baseman,
Ramon Urias getting ready to hit.
Urias.
Fouled off left side. Now the 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. That is the inning. We're back, and here's a look at how we got to this stage of the game.
Now pitching.
Righty
for the
reliever out of the
Cardinals,
pen, number 67.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Meyer
Ball
in the
match
box for the
outside.
3rd time today as he takes that one off the plate. And he chases a high fastball there.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got good numbers swinging at pitches in that location.
Nice.
Into left center for a base hit. And a good start to the inning. Here's Contreras now. He's already homered here in this one. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher.
Damn it.
Pereira takes it in for the out. 1 away. 1 out man
Up
at
next for
first.
the Red
And
Sox,
now the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu.
Ball,
Moved
that's
into the
out.
bullpen for the Cardinals, Gordon Graceffo. The hard-throwing righty is up and loosening. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That one carrying. Up against the wall and brings it in.
Benny hammered that to straightaway center field. It's a deep part of the ballpark. Tell you what, that wind is blowing straight in. Got to be a big man if you're going to go through the wind of that part of the park. It just knocked that ball down.
Durable in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Smash down the left field line. And there's a hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. The tag.
Hey,
See.
he beat it out.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Masataka Yoshida up next for the Red Sox. Fouled off to the right. The BOS Sox trying to get back into this one. And we're the top half of the 6th. In the air, right field. And that is that. Boston. Bottom of the 6th inning. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Thomas Sajazi. Pitching change here, Cutter Crawford.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Ball.
Tied him up inside with that one. And they'll do it again.
That's ball 2.
Struck him out looking. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus.
Now this ball is well.
Shit.
This one's got a chance. Out of here.
Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to bend foul. He was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
Foul ball. One out, base is empty, and a run in here in the bottom of the sixth. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
That's a ball.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Now up for St. Louis, Victor Scott. Popped up. And that's foul. 2 down, nobody on. Yeah, that's fouled off. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. St. Louis tacks on 1 with a homer. We're through 6 full. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Gordon Graceffo. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Narvaez leading things off and takes a strike. Graceffo measures 6 feet 4 inches, 220 pounds, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2021.
Nope,
I don't know
that's a
how
ball.
you take that one after the called strike on the corner, just a little bit off the edge.
Struck him out of the front door breaking ball.
Oh, that right there is a nasty front door breaking ball. I mean, those are
Yeah.
so tough to stay in on and not give up, because out of the hand, it looks like it's almost going to hit you, and then at the last moment, dips over that inside corner. Really nice pitch. Well, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. What a stop. Throw to first, and they get the out.
Duran can't get a
To
break.
the top of the order, Roman Anthony up next for the Red Sox. And that is out of play. Chases that one upstairs.
The high fastball, particularly for young hitters, can be hard to lay off of because you see it so well at eye level, but it's really hard to
That's
catch
a
up
ball.
and get that top hand to work on time.
Two balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. Hit on the ground to short. That's the 3rd out. Back here at Busch Stadium. And here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Alec Burleson. Breaking ball through there for a strike. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Got him. One away on the strikeout.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice two-strike pitch, though.
The 0-1. And a foul ball.
Ball.
Into center. Anthony on the move. Nice grab on the run. That's out number 2. And up next for St. Louis, Mason Wynn.
Ball 1.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Gonna count 1 and 2.
I wouldn't say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these pitchers really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. 1, 2, 3. Go to welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Ryan Stanek.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is.
His streak is at jeopardy here.
Like this as well. When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games. Quick at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
That's ripped.
That'll do it.
Outfield. And that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
The hit streak lives.
But the hitting streak will live on at least another day.
Little bit of a tense moment, Singy. Looked like that might be the end of it.
I don't know. The way he's been going, his confidence must be sky high. So even if it takes until his last at bat, you get that sense that a hit's coming from this guy one way or another.
And now, Marcelo Meyer.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on.
Call stands.
Look over the shoulder and say,
Call
just keep
stands.
the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
That's bullshit.
And it's second. And that one fouled off.
That's definitely a ball.
That's off the inside corner. Ball 1.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
And now it's 1 and 2.
Ball 2.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2 and 2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Laser could
Nice.
be extra bases. Story on his way home. In comes the run from second. Cut off, throw to second. In there safely.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Here comes Wilson Contreras. High fly ball, right field. Church settles underneath it. And there's one away.
Rip. Oh shit.
Applies the tag.
Why was I running?
Double play.
Why the fuck was I
Now
running?
base is empty. Williams
Oh
next for the Red Sox.
my god. What the frig.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground.
That was... I don't know what the hell happened. They got hit the button. Advance him and didn't even realize it.
Red Sox with an RBI double. Now a 6-2 ball game. On to the bottom of the eighth. Here's the Cardinal DH, Nolan Gorman.
Now pitching for Boston, number 57, Greg Weissert.
And first offering is fouled off. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Swing and a ground ball. In plenty of time to first. Leadoff man is out here in the eighth. Now the third baseman, Ramon Urias. Right side. Meyer to first. And there's two down. 2 outs, base is empty. Thomas Sajazi next up for the Cardinals.
Now just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
That one finds the zone. That is strike 2. This one popped up. Durbin under it. And that ends the inning. Nothing
Nice.
doing there for St. Louis. They lead it 6-2.
That's
We're back.
Jets.
It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Richard Fitz.
Gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised
That's a
if he
ball.
came out a little extra jacked up right here.
Durbin, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Out towards right center field, Sajazi settles underneath it, and there's one down.
Well, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
The 1-0. On the ground to third, might be 2.
Damn it.
To second, there's 1.
Oh,
To first, but it pulls him off the bag.
Ebra.
Well, they had the chance of turning 2 right there, but I don't think he got a good grip on the ball as he tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
Last out for the Red Sox in this one. Jaron Duran up next for the Red Sox.
Outside.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer.
Hit in the air, center field. Scott settles under this one. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cardinals salvage the finale of this 3-game series.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come
Yeah,
to a
but
couple of
I
games
still
a
win the
year,
series.
to see your team win at home, there's just something special about that. Good job.
Yeah. And I'll do it. Game 15's in the books. That is going to be it for this evening. For the Sox, they get 2 runs on 8 hits. They only struck out 6 times this time. The least amount of times all night. But, yeah. I bumped my averages up, though. Jaron Duran, I'm going to have to sit him out the next game. He's just struggling big time. Trevor Story continues his hot hitting with his 11th 11-game hitting streak still going strong. Ranger Suarez gets the loss. He's 0-1. He went 5 innings, allowing 5 runs. 3 of those were earned. 7 hits and struck out 7. For the Cards, they get 6 runs and 8 hits. And a home run from Nathan Church. Alante gets the win. He goes to 3-0. Goes 5 innings, only allowing the 1 run. 3 hits, struck out 5. And their bullpen was pretty tough this time. Was what it was. And that's it for the Sox in St. Louis. Now they head to Minnesota to face the Twins, and that'll come on another day, where we'll have Garrett Crochet on the hill going against Simeon Woods Richardson. For the Monday night game, and then the Tuesday night game, we got Sonny Gray up against Zebby Matthews, and then the Wednesday finale, Connolly early against Justin Topa. I gotta face Scooble. Great. With that, the Sox are now 2 games behind. Oh my God, Yankees and Jays just winning. Keep on winning. Rays losers of 3 in a row now. We're going to save this and call it a night. I do hope you join me tomorrow night, where we'll be playing some Battlefield and having some drinks and some good times, I hope, as usual. If you like what you hear, like what you see, come on back, like, subscribe, and you'll always know when I'm streaming. So till then, you have a great rest of your evening. Stay safe. Have a good night. And peace out.